my God. Oh my God. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. I don't know how, but they found me.
Run for it, Marty! Run for it, Marty!
Hey, YouTube. Guess what? It's Thursday night, y'all. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, thank you for joining us tonight. Tonight is a bit of a different night. Casey's not with us tonight. Last I heard, he was at the ER. Has a infection from that tooth. They never did take that tooth out. He was supposed to have it taken out this week, and it was bad. So, thoughts and prayers go out to Casey tonight. Before I get started tonight, I have some things that I'm wanting to talk about. But every now and then, I want to do this on the channel and just remind people of what my channel is all about. It's all about bringing people together. I'm not the smartest person. I am definitely not a know-it-all, and I don't mean that ugly. Definitely not as informed as Mr. Bardwell or some of the other people, and not as good looking or as good a pilot as other people. But what I do want to do is bring people together. I think I have a unique spot in the hobby because of what I do for a living. There's a lot of people that think that if you are a pastor, you got to have a stick up your butt or something. And I like to show people that that's not the case. But I want to start off with showing you guys the main video on my channel. And it's called What If, and it sums up what I think, what I would like for this channel to, the message that this channel to put out is, let's focus on the things we have in common instead of the things we have different.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proud?
By the way, this band is called Madison Rising. There'll be a link in the description after the live stream to this band.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we won.
See, so many people trying to divide us nowadays, and we just need to focus on what we have in common with one another. This is actually some of my flags here.
Spangled
That's my father, my uncle, both veterans. This was shot with a Instant 360 the full size one on a 3-inch Cinewhoop. You'll see it in a little bit. When I actually pan the camera around, you'll see the duck. The first one was flown with the Racer X with the Instant 360 Go on the front of it.
Because we are the prey. Yes, we are the prey. We'll fight you in name, the name of the prey. We are the US of A.
There we go.
For those unaware,
It was the Cloud 149. I actually crashed it. Thought I was coming down where I had a light, and I was coming down to my brother's yard.
Oh, say, just that star, Spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free. In the
There we are. All right. Yes, I'm going to put a few comments. We read some names here real quick. We got the first one on was McFlies. He said, "What?" We'll post this. What's up, fellow fatties? He's not fat. That's the thing. But PHAT is not heavy. One Visionarial was next, and then 8-Bit come in with this alien stuff. It doesn't show up in StreamYard that way. That's why you're seeing it a little bit different. And Double A, and then Logan. Logan is a OG friend of mine. He's got some questions tonight that he's gonna ask us about having some trouble with a TBS Tango 2. So we'll get into that here in just a little bit, Logan, if you stick with us. Also, I want to post the link here to the stream if you would like to have your audio here or show your ugly mug here beside mine. This is why we use StreamYard. So be a good way to get your questions answered. We'll get to the comments in a minute. Brundlefly is here. And Kiz Bartlett. Does it count if you did missionary in church? What? I don't do the penance thing, man. That's between you and your church. Not that kind of pastor. Let me get up here. I want to recognize one Visionarial comment here. He said, "Totally agree. Race, religion, and politics. Side of combat veteran myself, or civilian, it doesn't matter. We're all in this hobby together. All that's out the window when the quad goes in the air." That's right. That's right. I mean, we could learn from that so much. And some of my best friends are atheists, and I grew up in a time when you could disagree with somebody and still be friends with them, and that's what I'm trying to instill here. You don't have to agree with me. You can think that I'm stupid and ignorant for believing what I believe. That's okay. We like to fly FPV. We love low flying aircraft and high flying aircraft and everything in between. So also, yeah, he says, my uncle was in the armored cav unit for Germany, old Ironside, same unit patch. Yes, but my uncle there, he was actually a tank driver, and from Fort Campbell, not Fort Campbell, Fort Knox, and I still have him. He lives right next door to me, and actually, the video we just watched. the nighttime fireworks and the flag flying in the front yard that the mailman was by, that's in his front yard. That's my Uncle Jerry. One of the best men that I know. Good man, good man. My dad was in the 101st Airborne, and he's been dead for several years now. So, but no, he wasn't in the mechanized cav, but my Uncle Jerry was. So, yeah. Good evening, Brundle. Good evening. Good evening. I tell you what, kids, I will give you credit for that. If nobody else does. So if you want to join, the link's there in the description. And FPV style. Let me see here. 8-bit says FPV style church. They go their first experience in the goggles while I'm shredding. I tell you, for some people, it is a very moving experience for some people. I always like to ask people, a good way to tell is I always ask people if they had dreams of flying when they were children, when they were young, the dreams that they could just take off and fly over the trees. And if they tell me, yeah, I'm like, man, you've got to let me put a set of goggles on you. And then, you'd be surprised at how many people you can get on our side just by giving them a ride along. So, yeah. All right. I'll put this up here. Some people thinking I won't put it up there. Kias Bartlett says, does it count? I did missionary in church. I think he's talking about missionary work, right? No. So I think we've all done some things that people with a stick up their butt would turn up their nose at. So yeah, those dreams had the life I grew up required, dreaming fly to survive. Yeah, amen, man. Amen. That's I didn't have a rough childhood. I had a good childhood. But FPV helped me get through the brain injury. You'll hear me say a lot, and it really did. So it's that's why you'll see there's a playlist on my channel that says Rise Up with FPV. All right, I was 101st Airborne, first cav, deployed to Iraq, Saudi Arabia, a few other places, can't mention. My uncle committed suicide Easter weekend in the 80s from a flashback from Vietnam. Sorry about that. My father went to Vietnam, as he didn't talk about it too much. Went to Vietnam and was a cook, and he didn't actually see anything on the front line, but I think one of the other people that worked in the kitchen, maybe the sous, if I remember the story correctly, maybe the sous chef or something, they went out after eating, and he took his helmet off to get his cigarettes, and a sniper got him right there in front of everybody. And I could, my dad wasn't a very soft person, but I could tell, even as a young boy, him telling me that still bothered him. Many, many years later. Actually, that picture in there of my father, let me see if I can slide back to it and just pause it. We were at the Vietnam Memorial in DC. In DC. Right there. And I had the privilege to, it's actually a very unique privilege. I'm reading other comments too. I don't need to, because y'all know I like to go squirrel. But back to what I was saying, I had the very unique privilege of, when I was 23 years old, I was named the director of the Animal Control Division for the Sumner County Sheriff's Department, and I actually hired my father. He come to work for me and worked for 2 years under me, and that was some of. I look back on it now with him gone, and everything that leaded up to losing him. Yeah, it was just a really good time. He and I drove up we had to go to just north of Hershey, Pennsylvania, to pick up a truck, and we stopped in DC, and my dad was always a big cut up like me, always laughing and smiling and everything. And you probably seen this picture here, this expression on his face. That day, there, he looked up names of his friends and stuff there at the wall, and it was just a good day. Rough day for him, but I'm glad I got to share it with him. What else would I be talking about? I have no idea. I have no idea. Got people cracking up here. Yeah. It did hit him pretty hard. He found it, actually, he told me again that day about some of the stories, and I think the guy's name was Simon, and he had it like jailhouse or I think it was like army tattoo, so on his arm. So yeah. I see you there, Johnny, in the green room. You'll have to share your camera if you want to see in your camera. I've got one of the young men at my church. His son is a big fan of mine, and said he might come on and talk to me tonight. Man, thank you for sharing that, Marty. Thank you, Mike. This channel is a place that you don't have to be ashamed of who you are. Either way, my relatives, my ancestors, and your ancestors, and everybody's ancestors probably did something wrong, but that didn't mean you did it wrong. So, yep. That's why we fly. If you're watching Johnny and you just want to, if he just wants to watch it on TV, there's a link. Also, I think I also sent you a link. There we are. Boom. There we are. Hey, how are you? I can hear you. There'll be like a delay from what you see on TV, what you see on your phone. So, yeah.
Okay.
What's Easton? Is he around?
Yeah, he's over here. Come here, Easton. Easton, come here.
This is one of my good friends, Jonathan. And hello, Easton. How are you?
There's Mark.
He actually called me up like 2 hours before the stream and said, "I want to eat with Mart." And I said, "I've got to do a live stream. We'll have to take a rain check." Hello. Will you say hello? Watch this right here. Watch this right here. Watch your TV closely. Look at there. Who is that?
Daddy.
That's Daddy. That's Daddy and you. You're on TV.
Daddy.
Yes. You're on Marty TV. People are saying, "What's up, little dude?" The one guy.
Look,
Yeah.
Easton, your TV.
He says, "What's up?" Mike Bergman says that his cousin's name was Weston. I actually have a nephew named Weston. And this is Easton, and I always call them the other person's name.
Dad, there's something else.
Yeah. Hello. Look at you. You're on TV.
You're on TV, Easton.
Look at that. Yes, you are.
Nope.
Oh, he's a ham now. We have to have him on more often. Hello. Can you tell everybody in the whole world, say, hello, whole world?
Well, back to playing for him.
But it's back to playing with his trucks. Double A just listening tonight. Working on a project. What you working on, Double A?
Mommy.
All right. There he goes. That's the attention span of a 2-year-old. It's about 30 seconds shorter than mine. So yeah. So what are you working on there, Double A? I'm going to do a mail call here in a minute, but I want to.
You'd better tell the captain we've got to land as soon as we can. We've got to land as soon as we can. Gotten to a hospital. This woman has to be gotten to a hospital.
What is it? Hospital?
It's a big building with patients, but that's not a big building with patients. But that's not tell the captain I must speak to him. Tell the captain I must speak to him.
Sir.
Hard Ethernet wiring. Oh, well, 12 days. After 12 days and $1,056, we have our water completely fixed. So, and it ended up just being a rock about the size of the end of your thumb, where the water line went from a 3/4 inch down to 1/2 inch. And that's what was causing all the problems. And then it clogged up a garden tub faucet. And if you haven't bought new faucets lately, don't. They're more expensive than flight controllers. Also, move into a new room. All right. Jeez. Glad it's all figured out. Yes, man. Hey, but we didn't go 12 days. The only time we went without water was when we were cutting pipes to replace stuff. Now we had what I call old crappy hotel water pressure. Like, I mean, it barely come out of the shower, just like, psh, but hey, it was enough. It's sure is better than not having any. If you've ever gone long stints without having any water, that's bad. I'm glad you found it. Yeah, it was. Actually, we were at our wits' end, and I just woke up like I'll do sometimes. And it's like, hey, if it's everything, and it was hot water, cold water, wash machine, everything it would have good pressure for like 3 seconds, and then it would go down. And I was like, well, that has to be after the pressure tank, because it's got pressure, and then before the hot water heater. So we looked at everything, bought all the fittings to replace everything between the main water line coming in and the hot water heater, and lo and behold, it was at the first one. So Greenhorn, I got a video of yours I'm gonna show here in just a little bit. By the way, if you are a regular on the channel, get with me, if you will. You can send me an email at here, and get with me. I would like, if any of you are willing, I know some people don't want to be seen online, but I would love to have any of you as a guest on the show one night. And it don't have to be. You can do just like what Johnny did in Weston. You can drop in for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or you can stay all night if you want to. But email me there at fatpastorfpv@gmail.com. And also, you see the crayon running on the bottom of the screen. We do have, Soki does have, which Soki is Southern Kentucky Multi-GP. I actually turned the wrong one off, didn't I? I did. There we go. Soki is Southern Kentucky Multi-GP, which is the Multi-GP chapter that we do our races out of. And we have dues that are due. So if you can and you're able, scrolling on the bottom of the screen is the ways that you can support the channel and support Soki Tiny Whoop races and things that go on with that. Tonight's shirt of the night is from Infinity Loops. It says, "Let's talk." I got a big belly. More fly. This was, I think, one they were discontinuing, and Heads. I sent him. I don't know if he's got them yet. I sent him and OG one of my Fat Pastor T-shirts each, and and he said, "Well, I'll send you one of the shirts." I said, "Well, I have every one of them but that one." And so he's like, "Well, they're discontinued, but I'll get it." And by the way, if you have ordered a T-shirt from our Teesprings, I've talked to several other creators that are having issues getting product out. I guess they're like everybody else in the world, shorthanded. So yeah. Let me see. I will tonight, since I don't have anybody else watching the chat. If it's something that you need me to that you want me to see, if you would, you can just put Fat Pastor in front of it, and it'll tag me and it'll stand out so I can see it. I know some of you guys are talking amongst yourself, and I don't want to miss a comment that's meant for me. What's up, Master Roshi? Got one of your videos too that we're going to show here in just a minute. But I do think, don't quote me on this, but I think Head said they still got a few more sizes left on this Let's Talk More Fly shirt there. So man, I'd love for you to come down. We can fly with you guys. Yeah, like I said, there I know One Vision, you've got my email, and I'll actually, for the regulars, I'm not too good or anything. I can send, if you will email me, I'll send you my text. As a pastor, that's the quickest way to get in touch with me, because I get a lot of emails, and so it takes me a while to get them checked sometimes, and but text is usually the best way to get in touch with me. And I'll give you the same offer that I give to AA One Vision. When we're planning on having a 3-4 day flying event, the next one that we're trying to work out, we're trying to get it done here before the end of April, if not by the middle of May. If you want to come down, I'll cover your gas. I'll cover your gas if you can make it down, and you can camp in the church if you want to. If you've got a little pop-up camper or a regular big camper, whatever you want to bring it, we got room hookups for that and all that. So yeah, we would love to have you come in. And yeah, Master Roshi, also, I don't know if you make appearances on FPV shows, but the amount of videos that you have out, and my little nephew Weston, not the one that you just saw, but my little nephew loves your monster truck videos that we show, and he watches. Him and my mother actually watch the stream afterwards. The majority of the views from my stream come after we're done. So yeah, I'd love to have you on and talk FPV and just whatever. Head said he got his shirt today on Discord. We'll try to wear it on stream tonight. All right. I might try to drop in there after I'm done here and see him. I noticed that he put his Fat Pastor sticker, which is the older version that's like this little LED thing, right on his computer, right behind him in a prominent place, and I'm proud of that. That gives me a little exposure there. Still laughing about Bacon Ninja's live last night. That was hilarious at Brundlefly. Oh, you guys have to tell me what happened. I missed it. I struggle, and I've told several people I'm trying to balance between what all I need to do, what all I want to do in FPV, the builds that I want to do. 8-bit still waiting on me to build his Scourge, and I'm just having to balance it all. I don't have enough time. Let me jump down here to this real quick. Logan, all you got, as soon as you want to click that link, we'll bring you in anytime, man. Chat and guests come first, and all of the other agenda that I have for the stream comes after guests and people on here. So Brundle says he's on a streak this week. I think Brundle and I probably, seems like we're brothers from different mothers. I think he's got the kind of warped sense of humor that I've got. Yeah. Whenever you're ready, Logan, you'll show up. You'll just hit that link and share your microphone at least. And you can do it on your phone. Like you saw Jonathan doing it. You can do it on your phone and share at least your microphone, if not your microphone and your camera. I'd like to see you. Haven't talked to you in a while. Logan was one of the OGs back on Lost Squads long ago. Pastor is tempting me right now to get on stream. Come on, log on, brother. You're welcome. You guys are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome to come on. Be yourself. I just ask that you try to keep it at least NC-17. How about that? You thought I was going to say PG-13. But if not, then I can just give a little quick warning. I want you to be yourself. Everybody to be themselves. I'll just give a quick warning if that's not for people that have little children watching, so they can mute it or whatever. We need to. I think it's every week. Bless his heart that Off Grid talks about getting in the boat and coming over. Need to get a passport and save up the money. Hey, what are you talking about? You ain't got to have a passport to get in the country. You just got to come in from the other end. That was wrong, wasn't it? That was wrong. Look here. Hello, man.
There I am. What's up?
There he is. Everywhere you go, there you are, aren't you?
Yeah, had to mute the other stream.
Yeah. All right, man. Long time no see, guys. This is Logan, friend of mine from way back. He is having a problem with the radio. Maybe we can help him figure it out. I'll pull mine out. What's it? Did you try the SD card, Logan?
I have not tried the SD card. I have a Mac and it won't let me format it. I formatted it yesterday at my parents' house though. And I got a whole new the SD card contents from the TBS website, loaded it all on there to try to fix my issues, and it didn't help at all.
So it's not letting you to get the chat up to speed. It's not letting you add your mixes. Is that correct?
Yeah. So, yeah. So the other issue I'm having too is I turn it on and it's telling me I have a throttle warning, but I don't know how well this is going to come across. Probably not all that well, but it's reading -100 like it should. I still get a throttle warning.
Have you calibrated it?
Yeah, and I've done it right. I watched Barbell's video and was like super gentle all the way around.
Sandman's screaming that the battery's low. Hang on, she's gonna shut off on me if I don't plug a battery in. I just plugged in. Shut up. All right, there we go. It's charging. So we let it charge for a second. So for one, do you have the V1? turn it over and look on the back. Do you have a port thing?
No, I do not.
No. Let me look at that. I think I know who you might have bought that from. Turn it around again. Let me see the front of it. I don't know. You either bought that from me or Flying Sasquatch, right?
I bought some stuff from Zach too. I have no idea who owned it. I was trying to figure out who owned it to see if they have the same radio again and know how to like diagnose it, because there's nothing online that I can find that's even remotely helpful.
Well, one of the things is it may have the V1 board in it. You can crack it open by pulling the little rubber sleeves off you pull the little rubber mounts off the back, and you'll unscrew it, and there should be a plug, like a JST white plug in the back of the board, so you can plug this in. If it doesn't have that, then that's a V1 board. And you were talking about and the reason why I'm mentioning that, guys, in the chat, is he mentioned that he can get a replacement board for $30. All right. I'm trying to stay focused here, and you know how I am, guys, with the with the squirrel, and
My master
it's
made
like
me his caller. He is a good and smart master, and he made me this caller so that I may talk. Squirrel! He made me this caller so that I may talk. Squirrel! My master is good. My master is good.
Okay. All right. I will get back. Brundle, I want to hear about this later, but let me see if we can't get Logan straightened out tonight. How long has it been since you've flown, Logan? 3, 4 years, maybe?
Well, so my videos turned 4 years old. Like my first flight turned 4 years old in February. Almost made me want to cry a little bit. But I flew a little bit last year. And then recently I started to get back into it. And of course, that's when everything started having issues. And now I'm like, now I really want to do it because it's not letting me.
Right. There you go. Right. Sound like getting in there. All right. So doesn't his have a module in the back? It does not, Mike. So I'm thinking it's possibly a V1. Do you have a screwdriver where you can take that apart and let us look at the board?
I just moved and I don't really have anything with me.
How did you get the SD card out? Or you did that at your parents', right?
I didn't even take it out. I just plugged it in and reformatted.
Oh, see, well, that could be part of it too, because the one that comes with them is normally junk. I mean, they're usually junk. What he's having is he's not able to go into. Let me see if I can remember. It's been a while since I've done it.
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want to figure it out?
No. You go ahead and tell me.
So you just click menu once and then page over to like page whatever the inputs is.
Okay. And you're not showing anything. I don't know. Let's see if it can. Come on. You're not showing anything like that.
I am showing that. So like once you go to, so I'm in my input menu. I'll just have to like explain what this is because my camera doesn't pick it up. So I'm in the inputs right now, and I've edited the name that I have for ARM. And once you go into ARM, there's inputs in the top, and then input, name, then source. And then once I scroll down to source, which is what I'm trying to edit, normally you'd be able to like click if I wanted to click my D button here, and it would carry that over, and it would put the source as D right there.
Yeah, you should be able to flip that switch. You should be able to flip the switch when you're at source, flip whatever switch you want.
Yeah, and it doesn't. I'm clicking and it doesn't update, and it's pretty stinking hard to see. But I click it.
Yeah,
and
I saw that
updates.
a little bit. Actually, let me see it. Let me see here. See if I can get mine to do it. Page over. See, mine, it doesn't even, let me see. Edit. All right. I don't know if you can see. I'm in that on mine. So you go down to the source, and it should highlight it, and you click it, and it'll flash. Does it not
Yep.
flash when you?
Yep,
And
it's
I don't.
flashing.
Let me see what SB is, so I don't change this to something.
SD should be your right big button.
Yeah. Well, I've got mine different, but SB for me is the left hand three position switch.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought you said SD.
Yeah. So yeah, when you do that, it doesn't flash at all.
It flashes, but I can't change it to SD or anything like that. It just goes through channels, and then I can change it to elevator, rudder, thrust, or max or rudder. And so the other issue that I thought was maybe I selected plane when I created a model, but I went back and I created like a bunch more trying to make sure that I was doing it right. And I was selecting multi-rotors, and it even asked me for options like, what do you want for your arm? And I selected I could select it there, but then when I go to my inputs and mixes, it's not an option in there to change it to any of my big buttons.
So even in mixes, it does it. If you page over to the next one, it's doing the same thing.
Make sure mixes, let's go to my beeper. So
yeah,
in my mixes, I have the sources selected correctly.
So your mixes are set up correctly, but your inputs are not.
Yeah, so like on my channel 5 is my arm switch,
right,
and it's switch delta, and I have that set up there and the mixes correctly, and I'm able to change that and make that perfect. But then when I page back into my inputs, if I can exit out one more, back into my inputs, I can't really change it. I mean, the other thing that I thought is I can select channels, and my arm is on channel 5, so I'm wondering if I put channel 5 on there, if maybe that. But I've never set it up like this before.
It really it almost seems as much of an is it Freedom TX, because the Tango doesn't run. It doesn't run Edge TX, and it doesn't run Open TX. It's TBS's version of Open TX, which I believe is called Freedom TX. It sounds like a Edge TX, Freedom TX problem to me. More than it does.
I've updated firmwares. I've gone through a bunch of different versions. I started with like the latest release, which is like 6.17, and I was like, okay. So then I went down a few versions to like their, the one that wasn't beta, the public release, and then that one had no effect or change on it. And then I'm like, okay, what if I go back to like version 4? So I'm on version 4 now, and now I can actually like select channels and stuff to for my inputs, but obviously like on my mixes it's still kind of funky. So I mean, I'm part of me thinks that maybe my board is just too old to support these newer firmwares. I don't know if that would be the case, but
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, that definitely could be a problem. Let's see. Brundlefly says that he has a TX12 waiting for him to program. That's why he hadn't gotten around to it yet. what I can do, Logan, do you have access to like a Google Drive or anything that
Google
because
Drive, yes.
what you can do is you can email me. You have my personal cell phone and my personal email. You can email
Mhm.
me what that is, a link to that, and I have a backup to the SD card for this
Yeah.
with my models, and um, that might help. And I would say if copying that to your SD card, and if it still won't work, I would say you probably got a compatibility issue like what you're talking about or something.
Yeah. I'm honestly at this point, I'm kind of, so the board from Get FPV is like $34 for just the brand new V3 board, and I don't want to put a module in it. I just
Right.
get
Right.
a new board in there, see if that fixes it, and then what's the other thing? Then like the SD card. I mean, I'd probably just replace that in there too.
While
While I'm
you're in
at
there.
it, and I'd be out maybe $40 total, which is
Yeah.
much better because I've been considering buying like the Mambo, but I'm like, then you have to buy the stupid module for the back of it because it runs tracer,
Right. Right.
and
Yeah.
so I think the
Yeah.
$40 fix, and I love the Tango too. I have no complaints other than
Well,
and
this is everything working now, right?
yeah. And here's the sad thing. So like I charged up like 10 batteries, like my poor little 6S batteries running on freaking fumes because they're so old.
Right.
And they had them all charged up, ready to go out and fly. But I was like, I'm gonna go to a park, and I want to make sure my control link's really good. So I'm like, yeah, well, let's update the Tango 2 because Bardwell put out some video like, oh, you need to update. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. It takes me 5 minutes. So the first thing I did was I updated it, and then accidentally unplugged it, bricked it, and then
Oh.
had to go back to the bootloader and put a new SD card content stuff on there. And I didn't even get to fly that day. I had to just discharge all the batteries. So it's been a wild ride, and it's just been frustration. And then I broke my receiver in the process of trying to rebind it. Knocked a little fet off the board when I was sticking my needle in there. So, fun time.
Well, I know it's not going to help you now, and probably about 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to sell my Tango 2 and all of my crossfires that's bound to it together,
Mhm.
because I've switched pretty much everything over to, except for my iNav quads back here,
Mhm.
to Express LRS. I like that. It works better for me, but that don't help you right now.
Yeah.
I can,
And
if go ahead.
I'm not in a huge rush, so I mean, I'll kind of run you through my brief plan here.
Okay.
So I got this now. It's the Evoke, Nozzle Evoke.
Oh yeah.
And I've been loving that. It's been fine. But what I'm thinking I want to do is I want to sell that for what I paid for it used, like $150, because I
Right.
kind of beat the crap out of it. And then I want to get I'm gonna get like probably save up $1,000 over the course of a couple months, and then I'm gonna build like 2 beater source ones that are like halfway decent, like 250 range. I've already spec'd them all out, and that's what they're coming out to.
Right.
And then I'm gonna get like just a new set of batteries and all that. And I was planning on getting like receivers and stuff too. So if I can't get this working, then I will definitely be interested once you get that one up for sale.
Okay. And I may have a couple of beater 5 inches that I would sell. I've got to thin the herd. A couple of my 5-inch racers. They're the TBS Source 1 and Source 2, I believe they are.
Mhm.
But they're racers. They're not freestyle like that. They're not. What?
Yeah.
Are you still like the need for speed, kind of?
Not really. I mean, I still want like I like lighter weight freestyle quads. But I'm not like, my Arthur, what was it, the R349, the one that I sent into a tree the first time I flew it?
Yeah. I'll never forget when that first one you flew and you flew it out. I guess you flew it out the window in the snow because Logan's from Washington State. And what were you? 13, 14, 15 maybe?
I'm 21 now, so it's probably like 17.
So 17 years old, somewhere around there. And he had the rabbit, the 349 rabbit, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was actually your dad's, wasn't it?
I think I ended up breaking mine and then flew my dad's.
He flew it, and it was just like full throttle, and that thing would fly. I mean, that thing would still one of the fastest quads out there. And he come on the Discord, and he's like, "Woo!" And it was just audio. He's like, "That was just the best 30 seconds of my life."
It's hilarious.
Mike Bergman wants to know what part of Washington you're from.
Like my city, nobody's really ever heard of, but it's Gig Harbor, but close to Tacoma. If you've never heard of Gig Harbor.
Yeah, he flies so close to the wood line that the Yeti has reached out before and grabbed his quad.
Yeah,
it's just gone. Gone. So, Off Grid asked, does it have a coin cell, a CMOS coin cell in it? I don't know. I think it does. I don't know if that would cause a problem with it or anything.
I just watched Bardwell take one apart, and I didn't see a little CMOS battery in there.
Oh, okay. I've had them apart 100 times, but I just built a analog tiny trainer the other day, and don't ask me about it. So, because I don't remember. I don't remember stuff. So, yeah, we'll try that. Hit me up with a text or something with that link, and I'll just send you a file of what I know works with it and would work with. I mean, because all of mine, I went and set it up that it would work with all of my 5-inch quads. Even it's got some stuff in there you probably wouldn't even want, like GPS or LED switches or whatever. Yep. You can try that, and if that doesn't work, I think you're right there with just going ahead and getting that new board. Now there's one of the things with the Tango that we all now know is the Tango has substandard for today gimbals in it. If you notice, when you're in beta flight and you're in your receiver tab, they'll be jumping back and forth. I have the Zorro, which is I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a lot like it. I've switched pretty much exclusively to the Zorro and the what's that bigger one? Here's the Zorro. So, well, I could put it here beside this, so you can see there. Actually, Trappy got pretty mad when RadioMaster come out with this, because he was like, "You really stealing my stuff?" And
he's just jealous the screen's actually readable.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, see. Well, no, I don't know if it's readable through a camera, but I can read it. I can read it from this far away, even without my bifocals. So, but I like it pretty good. Of course, I'm running the Express LRS module on the back of it. The Boxer is the other one. So that's something to think about if you're gonna, with the Zorro and the Boxer, when you're in that receivers tab, those gimbals are locked. They're not jumping around like this, and I can tell the difference. Actually, well, it's back behind my monitor now. This is this analog tiny trainer I built the other day. I have another analog tiny trainer that has Crossfire on it, and they're running the same boards. Pretty much everything's the same. The LED boards on this is different, but it's the same motor, same props, same everything, because it's spec. and this one flies. I can tell the difference between, I don't know if it's the express LRS latency or the smoothness of the sticks, but I can tell the difference. So, but fly what you got, man. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's what
Yeah, no, I mean,
that's what deadband is for, right?
Honestly, I don't mind these gimbals at all. I don't know if it's because I'm so far forgetting what it felt like to fly the Hall Effects gimbals on the QX7,
Right.
but I mean, I haven't noticed any issues with it. I mean, I got quite a bit of practice in like a year ago and started to build up some skill, and then I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'm bored of this for a while, and then pick it up again a year later, and
right. Right. Well, I wish that if anybody in the chat has any answers on what that might be, you can let us know here. I'm trying to go back and see if there's any comments in the chat that would. I'm sure it wasn't Peroni's diesel that caused it, however how you pronounce that. Hey, yeah, I'm not. No, doesn't have the module in the back. And that was either if you bought that from me, which Flying Sasquatch and I both put the TBS stickers on our first ones like that. I think I went with quite a bit more than what that one has. Did it have more stickers on it that you took off of it?
Because I don't think so. It's got the grip tape on the side of it. I don't know if Zach put that on his too.
Yeah, we both got them. We on our new ones and our old ones. But it's black grip tape.
Yeah, like gray, black, somewhere in there.
That might be mine. And if that is mine, if you did buy that from me, then it's definitely a V1. Because the reason why I got rid of it is because I wanted the module in the back.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember talking to whoever I bought it from, and they said that it's got the V1 board in it, but I didn't care because I only fly Crossfire, so it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that board upgrade is super cheap, and it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal to do.
Does anyone know if that requires a an upgrade of the board to run the newest software? Does it say anything? Well, TBS, their documentation is not the greatest.
I couldn't see anything about it. I tried contacting TBS, and they pretty much just said, "Oh, you're doing something wrong." But I'm like, "Okay, what am I doing wrong?" And then they never responded. And I'm kind of like, "Okay, well."
Did you contact, or who did you contact? TBS, or did you contact? What's the guy's name that used to do the? I mean, is he still doing the tech support for TBS? Mike. Oh, what's his name? He's at Talon. Is it Talon? It's not Talon.
I just submitted a support ticket, so I really have no idea who I got.
Mike. Oh, come on. You guys know who I'm talking about. Mike. Mike something. Yeah. That's his name. Mike Chen with Heli Direct, right? Or is it no? He's not tech support, in my opinion. Yeah. Mike Chen. Yeah. But terrible tech support. He's nice, but terrible at tech support. That's what Mike Bergman is the moderator of moderators. He moderates every channel. Even I think he was moderating Martha Stewart's channel the other day. I'm pretty sure, or it was a guy that looked like him and Snoop Dogg were both on there. Dude, if we pull the string on this insanity, it's all downhill. Okay. Hilly Nation. Yeah. Okay. You can try with that. But I kind of agree. If it's something simple, he'd be like, yeah, man, do this, this, and this. But generally, if it's anything complex, you're kind of on your own. I actually, on this analog build, speaking of TBS, I thought it was me on this analog build. I put that $19 TBS Nano receiver that's just 25 and 50 milliwatts in it. I used the, oh, come on, Marty. My brain's lagging on me tonight, guys. I used the VTX tables that was down at the bottom of it, listed for it. And Betaflat 4.4, this thing, it wouldn't do anything. And just unsoldered that VTX and put that, not the E-Sheen, but this one that Pyro Drone sells for like $14. It's 400 milliwatts. Wired it right up. It's IRC tramp, bang, boom, and it worked fine. So, I mean, we tried I bet we tried 5 different, that we tried the regular Smart Audio, the Smart Audio V1, the Smart Audio V2, and none of those would work in Betaflight 4.4 and get Smart Audio working. So, so that's it. I distanced myself from Martha and her front wedgie. You're talking camel toe, are you? I mean, camel toe.
Camel toe.
Isn't that the vice president? Camel toe.
I think so. Something like that.
There's some people mad, but they can get over it. They can get over. Logan, I wished I had more answers for you, buddy. But
that's all right.
You're supposed to be able to go in there. In mine, I wished I could show you. I went in there, and when I select, you hover over the SB or the source, whatever it's got there for the source. You push down on your rotor button, and that will start flashing. And when it's flashing, you flip any switch, and it changes.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't do that, then something's not working right.
Yeah, I don't know what all's going on with it, but
Double A says it's a chance that the SD card came loose. That was a thing on some of the V1 boards.
Could be. I ordered a bunch of hex bits to get into this thing, or not specifically to get into this thing. Gotta check my Amazon to see when they're gonna come.
I gotten a couple Rush VTXs that said that they were Smart Audio 2.1 and they wouldn't communicate properly. Even asked JB, and he said the modern ones should be 2.1, but Smart Audio 2.0 values worked perfect. See, I never got it with any. I mean, on TBS's website, you click on it for the VTX tables, and it's a list of every one of their VTX tables, and we tried all of them, just stupid stuff. And of course, there's only one VTX table on there that has the option of 25 milliwatts and 50 milliwatts only, and it still wouldn't work. So that's, yeah. And if y'all haven't noticed, there's a bug in Betaflight 4.4 where it tells you if when your VTX doesn't read right, it says to download your VTX tables, click here. You click that link, it sends you somewhere else other than your VTX tables. So, what's he? No, he's just not able. Double A says so. It's not binding or what? You're just not able to get it to switch to ARM, right? You're not able to set up your modes like you want to.
It won't even let me select modes or anything like that.
You could probably fly it if you just went with however it was set, right? It binds?
I don't think so, because it's not registering my button clicks on the readouts or anything. Like I can have my switches all flipped up. Like here, I'll flip my switches the wrong way, and I'll power it up, and it's going to give me a throttle warning. But there's no switch warning. So it's like it's not even registering my buttons.
What if you go in to calibrate? I think, let's see. I think it's
hold down mode, or hold down menu, and then page to page 5. Ask me how I know this well. I've done it like 100 times trying to fix it.
So it does let you. I mean, your sticks are reading, but your switches aren't reading.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that sounds like something defective in your board, or I don't know, man. I would say it's probably. I would, if it was me, I would switch out the board if you can do it for $30.
Yeah. I mean, because I was looking at getting something secondhand too, because like, I mean, budget on a budget is kind of a relative term, but and I don't want to waste money when I could have something working perfectly fine.
Right. Well, that's the thing too, though. When you buy used gear, you know, I mean, I've bought used gear that's lasted longer than some of my brand new bind and fly gear, and then sometimes it's just.
Yeah.
Do you have them set up in the radio?
And this thing rolled around on my floor for, I mean, months. So who knows? Could have kicked it or done something.
What about your models? When you go into your models, does it have? Can you read all of your models? You can switch to your models, or you only have one model?
I can switch through models if I wanted to. I've created new ones to try to alleviate the issue, but yeah, I can select different models.
And it saves them.
Yep.
So your SD card is in.
Yeah, maybe, I mean, I would assume that it is because I have working firmware.
It says maybe calibrate switches.
I didn't know that was an option.
I don't either. Brundlefly says maybe that some of the switches came unplugged. Did you try other switches, or just that one that you're wanting?
It's all switches. Even it's the bottom ones, the side, the two big ones on the side, and the 2 or 3 position switches.
Huh. I don't know. Is there a calibrate switches? I don't know.
Not that I'm aware of.
I could have told you 2 years ago. I was pretty versed in the Tango 2 there for a while. This was my daily driver for a long time. The reason why I got the expansion board is so that I could fly some of my FR Skies with this radio. I bought the little 4-in-1 multi-protocol module and put in it. And then it was blasphemous for the first 6 months of Express LRS, because I put an Express LRS module in the back of it. and they just cussed each other back and forth. I hate you. No, I'm your father.
If I get that V3 board, it's going to have the option for the module. Can I take a Dremel to this thing theoretically and open her up? And
that's what you had to do. That's what I did. There's videos on it that let me see, probably see it better here. There's videos on it that, like, let me see the back of yours, because there's like a sticker or something right below that. There's like a factory sticker on there, and right below, probably right at the top of that, right at that line there for the main sticker in the back. I know there's a video, and I can find it for you later. You just Dremel a little slit, because what it is it's a ribbon cable that will go from this, and it just goes inside the board, and on the inside of this board, there's a JST plug, very similar to a balance plug, but smaller. And you just plug that in, and then screw it down and I think it's got like little double-sided sticky or something like that on it. And yeah, and it's on there good. That's how we
Say
had
hi
to
to
do
Marty.
ours. What's that?
My cat's saying hi.
Oh, well, look at there. Didn't you have like a
Got it.
red cat? Well, I guess that was years ago though, wasn't it?
No, I've never owned a cat before.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, don't walk on my
Sounds
computer.
like he needs to put the switches. Let's see. Double A says, sounds like he needs to put the switches in. What's the input or the switches? What is it? Input or switches or something? I think that's the problem is he's trying to set it up in his inputs and it won't let him set his arm to what switches he wants.
Yeah,
Correct?
so like I'm in my inputs and I want to edit my input and have the source be, you know, one of these buttons, and I click it and it does not update. I wonder if I went here and did this. I'm gonna feel really stupid if this is a problem. Yeah, no, I can't update those sources either.
Kids Bartlett says it's possible you're in 8-channel mode, but he's trying to edit channel 5. So that
Yeah, because I mean I got the option for 64 channels if I wanted them, or not 32 channels if I wanted them.
What do you have for page 4?
That's page 4 is my mixes. I got 32 channels on mixes.
Mine 4 for me is outputs. Let's see. So let's hit menu once and then page 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's outputs for me. Well, oh no. It's actually, I see there. It's saying 5 of 11. So if I hold down, yeah, 4 is mixes. Right.
What I'm going to try here while I'm on here is I'm going to bring it back to the TBS agent, bring it back to like the newest version or something.
Are you using the Agent M or whatever? I know they had a problem with that you couldn't use Agent X or whatever. You had to.
It just says like TBS agent desktop.
All right, and I guess number 5 for you is what?
Okay. Page number 5 for me is
Outputs.
Oh, wrong one. Come on, go back. Page 5 is outputs, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike Bergman liked your kitty. Was wrong. No switch. Was wrong. No switch calibration. But if you scroll down on the hardware page, do the switches show up there? I think you were saying that earlier. It doesn't matter which way you set that in the hardware, whether they're all up or all down.
Let me check here. So if I go to menu, then that's under radio setup, hardware.
Kitties are flipping sweet. Gosh. Eat your food, Tina.
I mean, I got.
Is your first 4?
Yeah, I'm in the hardware now. And I mean, it says switches, and my switches are showing up here. We got the wrong.
If you hold your enter button, if you pull all of your switches back and you hold your enter button, because I do that. I'm like a airplane guy. I want all of my switches back toward me. So I like my default for all switches to be down, and you get to that, and you can hold it, and it'll default switch that. if it does that, then you should start off with, but you are starting off with a throttle warning, right?
Yep.
So are they wrong? If that's my radio, have you ever flown it?
Yeah.
Oh, so okay, because I think say if it is my radio, that would be backwards than what most people's are.
Yeah, I've updated it so many times trying to fix this and thrown new firmware on there. So whatever you had on here is definitely, long gone at this point.
Yeah, and your first four are throttle, aileron, and rudder, or
For on my hardware, it's rudder, aileron, throttle. Wait, no, rudder, elevator, throttle, and then aileron, and then let's go to my mixes and make sure that's.
see mine is TAER in inputs and AETR and mixes, and then there's just roll.
You got AETR and mixes, and then got RETA and inputs.
RETA. Is that what it says in your hardware? But that's just going to have your switches wrong. It's going to have your sticks wrong. It's not going to mess with your switches. When you go into beta flight, have you tried to bind it to a quad at all?
Yeah, so I had it bound to this one for a while, and it was working just fine, and everything was fine until I tried to update it, and then I updated it, and then it was all downhill from there. But it was working fine. I had it bound, but then I got it set back up again, and I tried to go bind it into the quad again, and I got it to bind, but it wasn't getting any input in beta flight. It was connected to the computer, but there was no input in beta flight. My receiver was on and bound, and it just
you wasn't even getting throttle or anything.
Nope, I wasn't getting anything in there, and I had like my channel map correctly, and none of my switches or aux channels were working.
Yeah, it sounds to me like, I don't know for sure, and I'd be skeptical of any of people that do act like they know for sure. It sounds to me like something's incompatible. Either something in your SD card, or probably when you did update, you updated to something that the V1 board does not like. And
I went back down to like the earliest version, like 3.7.2.
Yeah, if anybody watching anything has an old Tango 2 or something like that you'd like to get rid of, and near that area, how can people get in touch with you, Logan? Do you have a email address that they can?
Yeah, it's just my first name, Logan, FPV@gmail.com.
Here, I'll put it in here. LOGAN FPV. I type slow. Let me see. I actually said one time.
Stay in a window. I'm moving it down to version 3.7.2, which is the most recent release I can move it down to. So I'm gonna move it to that one and see if we can get anything good happening.
Yeah. Double A says you should have the same first four on mixer page 5 with your switches as well. Okay. You have to put that info in the radio. So I think what he's saying is if your radio is calling for RETA, which is RETA, then that's the order you need to have that in. Is that what you're saying? So in the mixer page, in mixer page, add switches. I don't know what that means.
I would check, but I'm in the bootloader right now.
I'm sorry, I'd muted my headphones there for a second. What'd you say, Logan?
I said that I would check, but I'm in the bootloader right now.
Oh, okay. Don't want the
Moving down to
bootloader.
372.
What's up, 661 FPV? Thank you for stopping by tonight. Yeah, Logan, I'm sorry that I'm not able to, like I said, shoot me an email of a link of where I can send you. I've got just a copy, just a backup copy of my SD card contents, and it might help. It's worth a try. You know, that would be something just as simply as overwriting what you got on yours. And
yeah, I got the clean copy here. Next time I go over to my parents, I had like a brand new clean download from TBS. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to trying that. I just don't really see what difference that would make.
Yeah. He said, so tell me again what's on page 5, mixer page.
I cannot tell you what's on there right now. We got the wonderful bootloader screen.
Oh, are you like reflashing it or something?
Yeah, and I think it's brick because it loves bricking on me.
Oh, it loves it. I got the Tango too with the V3 board. Look here. Mike Bergman says, I got a Tango 2 with a V3 board. I'll ship it to you, Logan.
How much does he want for it?
I think he's just saying he's going to send it to you.
Wow, really?
Yeah. If you need if you need any compensation for that, Mike, email me, and I'll at least pay for the shipping. So
yeah, I'd appreciate that. That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll help you get in the air. That's what
Working
it's all about.
on it.
That's what it's all about.
If you could put in a good word to the big man upstairs to tell the rain to stop around here. That'd be the other thing.
You live in Washington. The big man upstairs. This is. I know people are gonna get mad, but y'all can get your stick out of your butt. Coming from a pastor, the big man upstairs is mad at y'all up there in Washington. So yeah. No, I'm joking. He's mad at all of us, probably. I don't know. I don't think he is. I think a lot of people think he's like Gandalf sitting up there with a stick, waiting to hit everybody in the head, and I don't think that's what he's like.
Yeah, no.
I hope not. He is having trouble.
I started a business again where I'm doing like outside stuff, and it's been raining for like forever. So I've just been at home, watching Bardwell on YouTube, being like, man, can't wait till I can actually get outside and go do some jobs.
Mike Bergman said it's free fitty, and he won't even let me pay for shipping. So it seems like he's wanting to invest in you. So
I appreciate it. Yeah, that's awesome.
Right.
It's super cool. Yeah, I'm just starting to save up some money here because like I bought those batteries from Sasquatch, and then I charged them up, forgot I charged them up, and then they sat for like a month at 4.2 volts. And then I flew them again probably like a month ago, and I got them up in the air, like immediately it was down to like 3.7.
So you left how many 6S batteries fully charged?
Well, I started with 10 of them. Now I think I have 8, but those are going to be phased out because I don't think that's going to be the best way to go.
Good night, off grid.
I was going to ask too, if anybody in the chat has heard of RC Hacker batteries. It's RC Hacker 6S 1300 milliamp. They're like super cheap 6S packs, but I don't know at what point the cheapness is gonna.
Hey, buy a couple of them and you can let us know if nobody else knows. I don't fly 6S. I never made the move. I have my couple of my iNavs. I have 5S for them, but I bought a couple for racers when I was racing 5-inch. But I've never bought a 6S battery, not one. So Mike
It's
Bergman says
really
we're mad at us too in Washington.
yeah, it's in Washington. It just never stops with the stinking rain.
Right.
It's ridiculous, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to being able to fly again because I know this is going to be a nice summer.
I
Once,
thought you
it decides
thought
to
you were
become
talking about
summer.
moving to Tennessee at one time.
I really wanted to, and then I'm like, it's a bad idea with impulsively moving to Tennessee. It's a good idea, but it's a bad idea.
Right. Yeah, well, you got family there. And how's Lucy?
She's good. She is turning 10 in July.
10. Wow. You're getting old, Logan.
She's getting old. I'm getting old. Everybody's getting old.
I just turned last Wednesday, just turned 49 myself. So getting there.
Hey, you know what? Not a day over 30, Marty.
Yeah. That's I lie to myself like that all the time. Nobody's heard of them. Nope. Haven't heard of them.
I mean, that must just mean they're so great that nobody knows about them, right? It's like the secret that nobody's telling.
Is the salesman's name Rudy? You remember Rudy?
Oh yeah. The other day I thought about how he put those R39s on for like probably way under what they cost to make, and I'm sure he got in a whole heap of trouble for that one.
Now, Logan, you know the details here. I'm talking with Heads from Infinity Loops. He does a kind of a in-person online interview, kind of an exclusive interview, and he's talking to me about coming on and doing an interview with him. And I've told him if he does, then pertaining to drone camps, I won't refuse to answer any question. And you know how all of that went down, and it's just gotten worse since then. And I've not said on this channel, I've not told anybody or anything what went down. Now the OG people that was in the law squads, most of them know the story behind that. But yeah, stay tuned to Head's channel if you see my ugly mug on there in an interview type thing. Drop in and watch, because I'm sure Heads is going to ask some poignant questions there, and I promised him I'd answer them truthfully. So, which I'm not gonna lie about. I don't have nothing to lie about. So,
if that video drops, I want to watch it. I want to relive the drama.
I was Lucifer for a while, wasn't I?
That's what everybody thought, right?
Well, that's at least what Mr. Camps thought. So
I remember when we were all making the memes about like there's one that somebody put in there that was like, there's like the picture of the guy that's like, rest stop like 1,000 miles or something, and then like, rest stop 1 kilometer like the other way, and it's like the guy's crawling toward the 1,000-kilometer one. Somebody put like Banggood on one side, and then like race day quads on the super far away one.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, there was I don't mind telling people who Rudy was. There was a few of us that he asked to kind of run the Discord, and then just all of a sudden he gets this. I don't know how much to say. He gets this guy from Banggood to come on, and it was bad. It was just bad. I'll save it for later. But this young man down here below me was like the master of memes. Whenever Rudy would show up, there would always be a negative meme about either either Mr. Camps, or at that time it was Drone Camps, or Banggood, or China in general. and, and it went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And so, yeah. Speaking of that, he just went live. All right.
Oh boy.
So yeah. So yeah, he goes on. You can't have a. I was talking to him I guess a month or so ago. You can't live stream any. I know back when people first started live streaming, it was like you don't live stream while someone else is live streaming, and it's just, well, if you did that, then you'd never live stream again, because there's always, and that's good. It's always somebody live streaming. So Logan, you're welcome to stay on and chat with us. And Marcel off Axis I think he's just north of you up there in Canada. And
Phenomena Land.
Phenomena was from Saskatchewan, right? Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah. That was another story there. So it was good times, man. What is Logan's email again? Logan
It's
FPV.
Logan. Yep, Logan FPV at Gmail.
I'll put it in again. I'll have to type it out. Logan FPV at gmail.com. Yeah, Marcel can type faster than I can. Thank you, Marcel. Marcel has a stream that's going to start when? In about 30 minutes. So it's in the chat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See you in 30 minutes, Marcel. That's what One Vision says. Yeah. So you get your Tango, and I've already got some Crossfire receivers. Just message me and I'll send you some.
Okay. Yeah, I'd appreciate it. Yeah,
I'm not using. So I don't have any 6S's that I can send you, but
yeah, that's all right. Yeah, those are. I was looking at like getting some nicer 6S packs, but they're like $50 for a single pack. I'm like, no, that's not happening.
Yeah. Have you checked how much stacks and flight controllers are now since?
Oh my gosh, yeah,
it's crazy.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no more KISS for me. I don't have the budget for that.
Yeah, Logan was like, I'm flying the Marmot. I'm building the Marmot with all KISS and all of that, and he did. He built it all up and flew it and all that. So, all right. Well, I want to get in real quick. You're welcome to stay on, Logan, if you want to. Help ask, if you got any questions or anything. It looks like Mike said that he is going to go ahead and send some receivers with it too, along with it. So,
yeah, thank you again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. So, I want to go quickly over here and do Mailbag real quick, and because I got something that I'm obligated to show.
Mail time. Mail time.
The mail's here. Here's the mail that never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want a whale. Mail!
It makes me smile. It makes me smile. My friends will say. My friends will say. I wonder what's in the mail. What's in the mail today? What's in the mail today? What's in the mail today? I wonder.
Mail call. This one's from your mom. This one's from your mom. Is there anything from me? Oh, I got something for you. That's from my sister. That's from my sister.
I recognize the handwriting.
What's in the mail today? What's in the mail today? Woo!
All right. I want to show you what come in this week. This is on my Teesprings page. So people have asked about it. This is the Soki Southern Kentucky multi-rotor stickers, and the shirts are there on the Teespring. And also, this right here came in the mail yesterday. This is the parts to the RotoHazard build that I sent to Blunty, and he sent them to Joshua Bardwell, to JB, and this, of course, it's the Delta 5 stuff. And now I don't know how that's going to pan out as far as him getting into his schedule and all of that, but of course, this is just the Raspberry Pi 3, and he even left the SD card in it for me. Well, thank you, JB. And so hopefully there will be a tutorial coming out on Bardwell's channel about RotoHazard and the RotoHazard timer. Some of y'all might have watched the TBS couch that Trappy and them have worked with RotoHazard, and they're working on new updates to the Fusion, where you're actually your lap times from RotoHazard will show up in your goggle feed. So hopefully there's some movement there going to actually get a race timer that smaller clubs can use. I opened a ticket and sent a ticket in to Orca, asking them if and when they planned on getting, let me move this camera a little bit, the lap RF 8-way in, and was told that they're working on it, but there's no time frame. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully we can get some manufacturers. I think it'd be a good thing for TBS to get into, is making good hardware for an already good software. And I know there's a lot of people that don't like Trappy's personality or whatever, but I don't want to see any FPV vendor go out of business. So again, thank you, JB, for looking at this and being kind enough. I told him that he could keep it for his trouble of building it and all that. And he was insistent, no, he just send it back to me. So top-notch guy. He actually sent a couple stickers. I don't know if you see, this is a magnet here he sent with it. And I think he calls these things the challenge coins. The JB challenge coins. So thank you. Big shout out to JB there. It's done a lot for our community, and hopefully there'll at least be enough on there to show you how to get this thing working. He sent me a text on the it was a message in I think it was Discord, telling me that there's a better way to run it. And it was something networking, something that JB would definitely know. So yeah. So there'll be more on that in the future. Okay. Before I get into anything else, showing videos or whatever, I thought you sent him the stuff for the no Greenhorn. I did not. I didn't send him the stuff for the Blue Pill build. This is before I got the Blue Pill build. I sent this stuff months, probably close to a year ago, to Blunty. and Blunty and I was going to work on it because Blunty, there's a more active tiny whoop group there in Denver where Blunty was from. And then of course, we all know Blunty moved, and right before he moved, he sent this stuff to Bardwell. So my plan was to get good information, and not that Tweet FPVs is not. It's just it needs to be updated, I think, and hopefully that's what Josh is working on. Hopefully, I don't know. I haven't talked to him. I don't know his time schedule, and it's not my business what his time schedule is. I don't think he would go through all the trouble of building this for nothing. So I know he's been curious about it. So that's it. Also get you into the Bardwell bunker. Bardwell's not, he's never been, for me, hard to get in touch with. There's been times that I've been a patron of his. I'm not right now. Most of the extra, I do have some that I support with Patreon, but most of my extra funds is going to try to keep races going here this year. It's due by the end of April. It looks like that I'm going to have to foot the bill for the fees to the AMA for the chapter. So said met JB last year, loved picking his brain. Nice guy. I mean, he picked my brain for a little bit, was kind of interested in why a pastor was hanging out with the people that he was hanging out with. And I got a chance to explain to him like what my video said there. Yeah, I believe those are the, well, if it's the ones that I sent, they definitely are, because I bought the exactly what Tweet FPV's build said to buy. So I thought I'd sent 4 nodes, but one of them could have been bad. These, I think when I bought them, I think I bought like 10 of them, and I think there was like 3 of them that were bad, but I bought them from Amazon, so I sent them back. So was there alternatives to, oh, you were asking if there were alternatives to it. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. Yeah, I thought about going to Minefield, One Vision. Ken's that's not too far from me. Let's see what Greenhorn says here. Yeah, I may try to go this summer to Minefield. Pastor, I'm trying to get rid of a Chimera 4-inch freestyle quad TH2F. I don't know what that is. For a build without the Pi. If you know anyone wanting to trade. Huh. I don't understand your question there, Greenhorn. I'm sorry. Maybe word it different for me. Thank you, Marcel. Hey, I'm just as messed up as anybody else. I just, have a different job. It doesn't make. Let's see here. I thought it was something about the Smithsonian. No, oh no, something. I can get a hold of Dan Def TV if you need to. There's something you want to work on with. Yeah, I'm actually a patron to Tweet. I just my problem, One Vision, is I am a more than full-time pastor, and on top of that, I've been 12 days basically replumbing the house, and building. I did what's in the mailbag. This is it's even though it's on the old frame, this is a analog tiny trainer build. Let me see. It's got I'm gonna show you. It's got the better lights on it, in my opinion. That's the doubled lights, and I have it set so you can change those in your LED of your OSD, like smart audio. And this is the V2. And now I don't have the newer lights on it. This has also, I'll go ahead and explain this to you. Last week, we tried the update with that FR Sky dongle. I know Tweet, I actually watched Tweet's video on how he did it, and it kind of, I see you there, Logan. Sorry, buddy. There you are.
It's all good.
All right. Sorry about that. But it hosed this. I mean, it's not bricked or anything, but it's funny. The FR Sky screen will pick up the video, but my HDzero goggles and my HDO2s with the HDzero 4-way module on it doesn't pick up the video from this. So I don't know what it updated it to, but it's not good. So I'm going to go back and reflash it to something that is.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Of course, that's Star Wars. Now this is a much clearer canopy on it, but right now the VTX isn't liking it. So I've got to go back in and reflash that. So, yeah.
Hey Marty, so I got a pretty crazy idea that I've been wanting to work on here. So there's been a bunch of issues with like theft and stuff in my area, like cars getting broken into, stolen, like broad daylight kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to do is I want to set up like some kind of bait to get some sort of criminal to steal something. And I want to get 3 dudes with FPV drones with blue and red flashing LEDs on there, like momentary switches. And then once he goes and does his crime, we just get like 3 dudes to swarm him with these police drones and just scare the crap out of him. I feel like that'd make a pretty good YouTube video.
Yeah. It's backwards. This 5-inch quad right here has the maximum number. It has 64 LEDs on it.
Wow.
And it's got the LEDs on the top of the arms and the LEDs on the bottom of the arms. And of course you can set them up addressable, or you can just push the button and go through it. And on the little one, there's a 7-inch right here. You probably remember the 7-inch. That was the one way back, the first iNav build that I did. But this one of the buttons on that, on the bottom of the, because it's kind of like the tiny trainers, but it's on the arms, and it will flash red on one side and blue, and then red and then blue. So it looks like, and that's all you got to do is just push a button to it. That would be great. This is just a long drive out there to Washington to do that. So
yeah,
I have to meet up with Mike. Maybe you and Bert can do it.
I still have not really found any local pilots. Like I even made a group around me that was like, Tacoma Mega Carver, so like FPV drones, just to like get people to, if they're searching up the words, that group to come up. And still, I got like one person who just does like cinematography kind of drone stuff.
Right. And real quick, what he was saying on he's saying that he'll trade that Chimera 4 for anybody that's got a roto hazard timing system. So I may, if I could get some time, I will have an extra one if I can get some time. I just don't know when it's going to be, buddy. I've got several people emailing me wanting to buy one and all, but I think that'd be cool, Logan, to get some people together. If you're out west near Tacoma, right? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Near Tacoma, Washington, hit Logan FPV up and I guess you'll line up the criminals, right? If they line up the quads.
Yep.
Okay.
I just think that would be a hilarious YouTube video. I mean, I don't know what the legality of it is, and frankly, I really don't care. I just think it would be a really funny video.
I don't think there's any legal precedence for having red and blue lights on a drone yet.
Yeah.
Yet. Those tiny trainer lights are awesome. I like them. Use them on a I am just not good with these THFS 2. So yeah, I'm old. So that's not, what is that? I don't know. It's obviously a quad. So forgive me. So real quick before I get in and show some videos, I don't think Brundle's still on here. All right, hang on. Let me see what Greenhorn's got to say here. We have a place opening up for tiny whoops. They're going to offer races and classes, and I want a timing system for it. I'm just excited to fly and have a spot out there in Southern California. Okay. Email me, Greenhorn, and we'll talk about some stuff. Maybe have you on the show or something like that. And I know that there are some people in multi-GP and people associated with Rotor Hazard that watch the stream later. There's actually a guy that I'm talking to quite regularly through email that he's overseas, and he's doing quite a bit with Rotor Hazard. And so yeah, hit me up and we'll see. If nothing else, we'll let you come on like Logan did, and Logan come on with a problem, and the community, I wasn't able to help him. All I was able to do is put him here in front of you guys. And Mike, we all know Mike's a great guy, and he for talking about squirrel. Just twerk. I can't help it. It's just, you know.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you. I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you. I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
I love it. So, yeah. I don't even know where I was at. So I'm not going to switch to a squirrel one. I promise. At least not right now. Maybe this one.
You ever seen a grown man naked? Joey, you ever hang around the gymnasium? Joey, you like movies about gladiators? Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
It's just wrong. But I love it. Tiny Hawk Freestyle 2. Thank you. That's what THFS2 stands for. So yeah. Now I'm gonna at least it's not Conway Twitty. I don't. Okay. You know what? I used to live. Well, I used to before he died. I used to live about 30 minutes away from Conway Twitty. So, all right. Let me do this, and I'm gonna turn off my desk cam, and I'll a few of the videos put on the Discord. So let's do this and this. All right, here we are. This is Greenhorn's video. Looks like he's gorilla whooping office park or something like that. Mall, maybe. I don't know. Tiny whoop music. Nice one. Split ass into a dive. Oh yeah, yeah. That's it. Pretty good little tune on it. It's not washing out.
That was freaking awesome.
I have it from a good source that someone told me. Yeah. I also have it from a good source from somebody that told me that Jesse P sings just like this in the bathtub. Not the shower, but in the bathtub.
Nice landing.
Yeah. That is Greenhorn FPV. Let me share that video and his channel. If you haven't already, jump on over there and give him some love and some subscribers. And I know that I can see from the thing on my Discord that people are posting videos, but I'll pull the videos before I start and get them going. This is 8-bit. His Skirch, it's the 45 millimeter props on the Skirch. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that now. I'm gonna do this so we can tell the difference. And paste. I'm assuming that they probably ended up keeping Casey since he's not at least popped in. I think he was afraid they was going to admit him into the hospital. Got like bad infection in his face. I've been calling him Jay Leno all week. I didn't think it was didn't think it was serious, but I bought 2 sets of every one of the 45mm props that race day quads. Whoever it was that had tiny race day quads, to put them on anything. Haven't had time. I don't have to watch 8-bit tear it up. I like the ET over here on the side. I think 8-bit is the exact opposite situation of you, Logan. I don't think they hardly ever get rain.
Well, lucky them, right?
Right. If I'm not mistaken, 8-bit veteran also. If I'm wrong about that, correct me in the chat there, guys. Is any of you watching that know 8-bit and wondered like me if he was ever abducted? If you wonder that, just put a thumbs up in the comment. This is a 40mm size 1S. I guess it's 1S, right? Yeah, 1S micro.
These whoops are getting crazy. I mean, that's like super locked in.
Yep, that is Quicksilver, if I'm not mistaken. That's what Heads flies at. A lot of people are starting to make the move over to Quicksilver. And I put it on a piece of crap field that I just threw together, and it looked really good. I'm gonna put it on a legit 65mm, and when I can find time, that's probably the next project I'll do after I get these tiny trainers on. I'm gonna move the Mobeetle over to the fractal frame, and then build the Scourge. So give him some love.
Are those considered toothpicks?
What was that?
Are those considered toothpicks, or are those just considered tiny whoops?
No. Well, they're not considered whoops because they don't have whoops on them. They're just, I don't know what you would call them now. I just call them 40. We'd call them 40 or 45mm. And some people call them backyard bashers, or I think Ciotti calls them playground bashers or something like that. But I don't think that's a good name for them. But yeah, it's they are. I mean, hey, I've got this little thing right here. Let me get on a bigger screen. This little thing right here. This is a HDzero 1S 40 millimeter little ripper, garden ripper, park ripper, whatever you want to call it. This little thing flies good. It's got the 1002 motors on it. I tried to fit the 45s on it, but they hit the canopy. So, so we'll see. I know if I move either this or one of my other little rippers over to the Skirch frame, which 8-Bit sent me, and I will build it. Then it will get it. I've got 2 more videos here to share with you. Weird Al's coming in concert again. Oh, I gotta.
Oh boy.
This is Master Roshi. Let me go ahead before we get into his video. Master Roshi chases about everything that can be chased down there in Central Florida and shares it with us on our channel at least one a week. Is that right? Yep. All right, here we go. Sunshine State MX Park. Master Roshi, Hydrone 69 FPV, aka Master Roshi FPV.
We rowdy, shouts to all my boss boys. 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 We rowdy, shouts to all my boss boys.
Cool logo, Master Roshi. Don't get under the wheels of an RV. Can y'all tell that I've recently bought an RV? All right. All right. And here is a Jim Fan 45 props by 8-Bit. Also, this is another one. Why are you playing 2? Because he said to. And where is paste? There it is. All right, T. Yeah, Logan, you can do nowadays with a little 40 millimeter what we couldn't do with a 5-inch 3 years ago.
Yeah, no, I'm just like the way it's like just so stable, and it's not like, it doesn't have that oscillation whenever it's dropping throttle.
Yeah. Yep. That Quicksilver is locked in, man. If somebody would have played this video 3 years ago and said that this was a 1S 40 millimeter micro, most people wouldn't believe it. And Greenhorn was doing what he was doing with the ducks on. Who's the lady up over here on the corner? It looks familiar.
Stay strong, find hope. Don't you know there's always a reason, a reason. Heart breaks, moments away. I can show you there's a meaning of dreaming. The fireworks that I feel inside when you're right by my side. The atmosphere it comes alive. It's just us tonight.
No, he's doing that switch to another battery for bringing the screen in. One of the tricks that I like to do if it's the same quad is I'll do a power loop, especially if like it's an all blue sky like what he's got there. And when the quad is pointing up at the blue sky, that's when I cut in the new battery. Or I'll cut to a totally different place, totally different location. It's a good, easy way to make a transition. There it is. That's the skirt.
Can you run Crossfire off those things?
What's that?
Could you run Crossfire off one of those, or is it like FR Sky?
This most likely has Express LRS built into the flight controller. But yes, now they are. They just come out this week. Newbie Drone has an AIO with Crossfire built into it.
Interesting.
Yep, they have a little 35 millimeter whoop with Crossfire and Ghost, both built into it. So yeah, give 8-bit. Also, big shout out here to FPV Outreach. If you haven't, let me see if I can. Let me remove this for a second. I'll go ahead and pull up FPV Outreach here. If you haven't heard of FPV Outreach yet, it's really a cool thing that Jesse's doing. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah. Let me share the screen again. This thing that Jesse Perkin add to stream. Come on. There we go. And it's what you do is you send in, I send him in three unique Fat Pastor stickers. And each month, if you sign up for the Patreon, I think it's like $15. It's not real cheap, but each month you'll get a set of stickers that are supposed to be unique like Infinity Loops, it's I know that they've never done this color before. They made this one specifically for FPV outreach. So you'll get a sticker sheet, but 100% of the proceeds, see here, 100% of the profits go to outreach charity to bring FPV gear and toys to kids and hospitals. Little FPV trucks like this to kids that are shut up in the hospital. That's just cool. And everybody that can get behind it. I think you can buy an individual sticker sheet. I'm not for certain on that. You can click up here at the top if you want to become an artist, if you want to submit your logo. Like this logo that you see up in the corner of the screen there. That is, you know, I give that out to people when I do giveaways and things like that. So I had to alter and change even my old school logo, like in the avatar for in chat there, and so that it was unique. It's nowhere else. You're not supposed to be able to get it anywhere else but on these sticker sheets. So go up there and let me put this link here in the chat. If you haven't signed up for that, do that. And it's a great cause. If from someone, myself, I haven't, but for someone, because of my daughter, spent a lot of time in children's hospital. It's pretty sad. And anything that can help brighten up the day of some of those kids, man, it's pretty cool. So yeah, jump out there and support that. Well, I'm going to wrap up the stream here tonight. If you would hit that like button for me, put a comment below, subscribe. It does make a difference. It does help. It helps get it out there to more people. And this, you know, this hobby, as you know, is not, it's not cheap. And holding races, especially being an event coordinator at races, is not cheap. So if you're able to, down there, scrolling down on the bottom of the screen there, and it'll be in the comments below, ways that you can help. Thank you for everybody that's already bought me a coffee, for people that have already contributed, those of you that have bought stickers and t-shirts and shorts. I have to say, the Fat Pastor shorts on Teesprings. Now the one of the shirts, the one that has the green Fat Pastor on the front of it, I got a sample in from that. I'm dealing with them to pull that off because it's bad. They just messed that up. But the Fat Pastor shorts, if you like basketball shorts just to wear around the house, they're good quality shorts. I like them. Get on there. You can buy the let me add this to the stream. You can buy the Soaky stickers. You can buy the OG Fat Pastor stickers, and you can even get the new ones. But the only place that you can get the one of the kind is on FPV outreach. So I want to thank everybody thank you, Logan, for coming out tonight, and hopefully we can get some stuff sent to you and get you working anytime, man. Next week, if you want to come back, drop in anytime.
Yep, appreciate it.
On Facebook, on I think it's Marty Fat Pastor. I think that's my Facebook link. It's in the description down there. There'll be a link there. Should be a link there every week to this stream. And also there is, if you see a YouTube link, the YouTube link is so you can watch us on YouTube. If you see the StreamYard, that's so you can do what Logan's done. You can do that. You can do it right on your phone, like y'all saw Johnny or Jonathan and Easton doing earlier today. So thank you, Logan. thank you for coming out, and I want to wrap tonight up. So I'm going to put you back in the green room, bro. Thank you for coming out. And
Thank you.
I'll talk to you a little bit after, if you're still on in the green room after I close it out. I'll still be able to talk to you. All right. All right. I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank everybody again for the support of the channel. We're pushing up around 1,400 subscribers, and that's because of you guys. And thank y'all for watching. And wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, remember to rise up and meet me in the air.